Hey, so I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's episode, which is Pandia Health. Pandia Health is the only doctor founded and female owned and operated birth control delivery service on the market, and it's designed to make accessibility to birth control discreet, easy, and hassle free. Pandia Health also offers all brands of birth control, including generic and name brand birth control pills, patches, and rings. They also accept most health insurance providers as well. Sign up with Pandia Health to get your birth control online and sent straight to your mailbox. It's super freaking easy. If you need a new prescription or you're just new to birth control in general, one of their expert doctors can write you a prescription. After they write you a prescription, then they can ship the medication right to your door. It's really that simple. So you go online, you get the consultation, get the prescription mailed to you. It's stupid easy. If you set up an account with them today and you use code Tampon, you'll get $5 off your order. So make sure you check out our episode with Susan Craig as well, because you can learn more about how quick and easy it is to get access to birth control. And you can also click the link in the description of this episode to start today. And remember to use code Tampon to get $5 off your order. So we want to thank Pandia Health again for sponsoring this episode. And we want to thank you for listening to the podcast. Now, we're on to the episode. Hi, welcome to Tampon Talk with Mary. Welcome to the show that only airs once a month. Quick story. Now, again, I was in the dilemma of which one do I tell, because a lot happened. A lot happens when I'm menstruating. And the cute thing that my period has done this time is coordinated itself around holidays. So that's great. So Thanksgiving, I'm menstruating. Christmas, I'm menstruating. Easter, I'm menstruating. 4th of July, I'm menstruating. All the holidays. It just seems to really always end up on a holiday. This time around, it was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I was here in LA, sort of a last minute conflict kept me here, but totally fine. We love time spent alone to just do nothing. That feels really nice, especially when I'm on my period. Be like, I do not have the capacity to be around people right now. I was around my cats, so that's fun. This is very personal, but the whole show is personal, is that I have these two lovely cats, and I was wearing a pad. I have some of those, like, not that, for me, I would call them a lazy day. I feel more productive when I'm wearing a tampon. That is totally a personal preference. Like, no product shaming here whatsoever. I have gone through the gambit and I love them all. Something about just, wearing a pad and not wearing a pad, it is sort of, I don't know. Like, I don't feel as productive, but I don't need to be productive when it comes to menstruating. Anyway, I know that doesn't make any sense, but I'm wearing a pad, just feeling kind of, lazy, lethargic. I feel very lethargic on my periods. And my two lovely cats hate when I am in the bathroom alone. They don't like it. Not one bit. So when I'm in the bathroom and when I'm on my period, or if I'm taking a bath or something, I try to close the door tight so that they don't come in. Because oftentimes if I'm not getting it tight, they'll actually open the door and come into the bathroom with me because they're like, what are you doing? This time around, I thought I had closed it right, but my younger cat, Freya, ended up opening the bathroom door by like sticking her paw underneath and shaking it until it came out. And then she was like, meow, 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 and like came in, coochie's out, blood is everywhere. Like, it was particularly messy, heavy period. And my pads create a smell from the blood, and I have it kind of in between my legs. I'm about to like switch it out for a new one. And she like comes up and like hops on my knees and like, what is that? What is it? And like tries to smell my pad, and I have to like push her away. And then she starts getting mad because now it's something that I prevented her from doing. So now that's like all she could think about. So I keep having to like push her away while also getting the pad. It was chaotic. We made it through. And luckily, she did not get very close, if you get what I mean. But that was some minor anxiety when I was alone with the cats for the holidays. Go me. There. How's that for a quick story? Anywho, I am so excited for the guest on today. Her name is Makaela. She is the founder of the Dot Project, which is a nonprofit based in Baltimore, helping those who are experiencing homelessness and getting them accessibility to period products. They handle like the distribution and stuff. She goes into it in the episode, but she's really, really a wonderful person. I think she is such an innovator and a leader, and I was really excited to talk to her. Super fun and easygoing. She talks about it in the episode, but I'm going to shout it out preemptively. If you are a business in Baltimore, she would also love some support to be able to host one of their period donation boxes in front of your business. So if you're able to do that, you should email her. In the description of this episode, there is the email. You can email her there. But yeah. Anyway, probably enough chit chat for me. It's been a lot of chit chat for me. This story's been horrendous, but let me go ahead and we'll get right into the interview. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you? Good. Yes, thank you for having me.
I did already ask that, so I'm already doing a great job.
It's okay.
Well, I would love if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Dot Project. I'm excited to hear.
Awesome. So my name is Makaela. I am here based in Baltimore. I'm originally from Virginia. Moved here probably about 2017, and I am the founder of the Dot Project. Well, I can wait for your next question to go into detail.
Sure. No, you're so professional. I love it. What part of because I'm originally from the Eastern Shore, so okay. I loved that you worked you lived in Virginia and then worked in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Are you on the Richmond side? Were you on the Richmond side of Virginia, the other side, and then you moved to Baltimore?
No, so I grew up in Virginia Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Very cool.
Pretty cool place to be.
Yeah, I grew up in on the Eastern Shore. So if you ever went to Ocean City at all, living in Baltimore, you drove right through Cambridge to
okay. Oh yeah, I've heard of Cambridge, Maryland. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's cool place. I love it so far being here in Maryland. So
good.
I don't plan on leaving. That's your heart.
But unfortunately I did plan on leaving, but now I'm in LA. But anyway.
It's okay.
So this is the very fun part of Tampon Talk. I invite every guest to share a tampon terror story. Now it could be any embarrassing period story. It could be tampon terror. Could be Diva Cup dilemma. Could be pad problem. We don't just discriminate by product. What is there any embarrassing period story you'd like to share?
I think no, it's not really embarrassing. So. But it was just a hot mess. So I went to, it's a festival out here called Artscape, and I went to it and I was trying out the softest. Have you tried them before?
The softest?
Yeah.
Heard of them? I've never tried them, but they're like the flat little,
and they're like a little plastic bag in the middle of it. Yes.
Yeah.
To each his own, but not my cup of tea. So I go to the festival and I'm like, okay, I think that I put this softest in correctly. So I'm like, okay, I don't, feel any leakage. We're good to go. Get to the festival and I just start feeling to be explicit, just very moist, very wet. And I'm like, something's not right. Thank God I had a tampon in my bag. So I go to the porta potty, the most disgusting thing ever. And yeah, there's blood everywhere. So thank God it didn't get on my clothes. So I had to take out the softest. And if anybody knows what a softest or a period cup or a menstrual cup, you have to kind of dig it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, porta potty, not the most sanitary place that you want to be doing this. But I had to do what I had to do. And so I had
Hmm.
to replace it. Yeah, unfortunately I had to lose my underwear that day as well, but the tampon had my back. So yeah, we made it through art skate. Yeah.
So I think they have two different rates. So there's this, they're called the softest, and then they're Flex has like repatented them, I think, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the same product, but they have like their own version.
Yeah.
Because when you were describing it, I was like, yes, I had. Okay, now I remember. I've been in this moment where you really have to like hook it under there
You
and
really
yank it
do.
out. I've
Yeah.
there's so, and if you don't get on that like tailbone, you don't get it right. Like it's,
No. And
but
it weirds me out because it's like I like try to like poke the little whatever we want to call that little plastic bag piece like out,
yeah,
but like it doesn't stay like poked out. So I'm like, okay, how are you legitly like collecting the blood? Because the cup, you know, it's a cup and it
right.
your blood flows in it. So I'm like, I'm a little confused with the soft disc. So yeah, just lessons learned. Soft disc are just not my cup of tea.
Oh,
To each his own. To
for
each his
people who
own.
are great at it, you wow. And I don't have my life together in that regard, but
Yeah.
I'm so happy for those people.
Yes.
Um, but more importantly, I would love now. Speaking of someone who has their life together, you are a young individual. You have this organization that you have started.
Mhm.
Wow, I am was so excited to see it. So excited to see your weekly women interview. That was super great. I would love if you could tell us a little bit about your organization, the Dot Project, how it got started, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So my organization is called the Dot Project. I actually founded it in June of 2020, so in the midst of the pandemic. Um, I hadn't really how I started it. Growing up, which I'm not ashamed to say, but growing up, I didn't have like I wasn't guessing where my next tampon was coming from. I wasn't guessing where my next pad was coming from. I just always knew that, you know, when I have my period, products are readily available,
Mm,
or I am able to have the access to it. But just over the recent years, just like doing a little research and just getting to know like a little bit more about my body and the products that are on the market and the things that society like has issues with. Like I didn't know that, you know, I guess I didn't pay attention to it, but like the tampon tax, like
mm,
I like didn't pay attention to it. I'm like, wow, like we really are in some states being taxed on our period products. So just like having that in mind and also just knowing like, wow, like there could have been, you know, my neighbors or people that I went to school with who may not have had the luxury that I did, even though we grew up in a, I'm not ashamed to say it again, a privileged area or, you
mm.
know, middle class, upper class area. But it's like, you know, some may have still struggled. And I'm like, okay, like I need to be a part of this. I need to be a part of a bigger problem to want to, you know, be a part of the solution.
Mm.
And I knew that I wanted to be like on the ground, like doing the work, just being able to provide those products like for my neighbors, for the people in this community. So that's kind of where I started with the Dot Project. We mainly focus on the distribution of the products to like city public schools, even like charter schools who don't have like the access from, you know, the health department or they haven't, you know, they haven't received funds in their budget to be able to provide those, you know, products for their students.
Mm.
So we provide for the schools, also different organizations, because I feel like pads and tampons are like a product or are things that are missed on a list of, you know, we're accepting donations for socks, t-shirts, yada yada. But it's like, oh wow, like I feel like
Mm.
tampons and pads aren't, you know, readily on the list. So just providing for those organizations. Um, and then also a cool thing that we have done, we have actually put out like an outdoor period pantry. So
Oh
similar
wow.
to like, yeah, so similar to like I'm pretty sure like they have these all over the place, but like the little libraries where you can like go in and like take one and leave one or leave a
Mhm.
book. So that's similar situation. So people can take the products that they need. We house the period pantry with all the products, pads, tampons, panty liners, wipes. Sometimes we even drop off like bras and underwear. And so
Wow.
people are able to just walk up to the pantry and take what they need. And then also we just encourage our community to be a part of it, and to drop off products or make period kits or whatever, to drop off for their neighbors. So that's a little bit about the dot project.
I love that. And I think you're totally on about talking about accessibility, and that everyone bleeds, right? But it's something about what economic class you were born into
Mhm,
affects your accessibility to
mhm.
something that is going to biologically happen to you every month, no matter what, you
Yeah,
know.
and it sucks because it's like growing up. I'm not like super old. I'm like in my late 20s, but growing up, it's like I don't think I ever, and I don't even think they were on the market, but just like the different products that are readily available. Like, yes, like, we have the reusable pads, we have the menstrual cups, but it's like, yes, they are an investment. One, because you're paying, upwards to almost $40 for some, but you can, use them for years. But it's like people don't even have that, money to be able to, because that needs to go to somewhere else. That needs to go to bills. That needs to go to food. So it's like
Right.
even having, those things, those sustainability products on the market, and those that are better for your body versus the pads that have the chemicals in them that are bad for us. But it's like, how do we get people the access to the products that are like better for their bodies, um
Yeah.
which is also like an issue, and it sucks, but
Yeah, I think there's a lot of tackling this problem in big steps at a time. I think it's, what you're doing, which is first acknowledging that the problem exists, where people don't even think about women, and then they have to
Mhm,
then think about women bleed, and then women need products to take care of their period. And I think there's
mhm,
a lot of steps for the general public to kind of go through that, to then go, okay, how do they get their products? How do I
mhm,
help them get their products? So I've loved your social media activism. I love your just your general approach overall, because it's helping people get through those hurdles, whether they're aware that they have them or not, and then
mhm.
getting to the need, which is, we need to start by helping people have accessibility, and then
Correct.
we can get into all this great stuff of reusable
Mhm,
things or anything like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's organizations like all over, just like mine, that are like doing the work that we can, like I said, on the
Mhm.
ground. Because as certain nonprofits are set up, you can't really be on Capitol Hill or, be in the rooms with the legislators, with the people who, with I don't know, the Congress, your congressman, your congresswoman. So it's like you can't really fight for it in that way, but you can just stand alongside of them and, root for them and vote, do your
Yeah.
part in voting, and, having those conversations with the people who are able to speak up for the general public,
Mhm.
and let them know that there are these issues that are out here. So it's like, and we're organizations, trying to move along the process, but we do need those people in place in higher
Right.
places to be able to actually, you know, how do I say it? Like actually make the moves that we need
Yeah.
that we
No.
need to move forward. So
Yeah.
shout out to those people.
Agreed, agreed, agreed. And I think we're seeing more of it, which I'm excited
Hmm.
about.
Hmm.
I think also that just the pandemic really spiked that
Hmm.
awareness, because
Hmm.
suddenly everybody was, at home and kind of being
Yeah.
forced to listen. Um, but it's something I'm always optimistic about it, that it's going to get better. But
but you're absolutely right, is that having these people in positions of political power are able to advocate on behalf of
Mm-hmm.
nonprofits for literal laws and initiatives that are going to,
Mm-hmm.
help us get more people, more products.
Yes.
Um,
So yeah,
but
I am too. Fingers crossed that. I mean, baby
I
steps,
believe
because
it.
it's like, yeah, it's baby steps, and it's like, it sucks that whole countries are, we heard the news, I believe it was New Zealand's, like their, whole country is able to provide the products, but it's like, with the United States, it's baby steps, and it's like state by state. So I mean, yeah, I'm optimistic too. Fingers crossed that.
Yeah. Hopefully it hopefully it starts with period products, and then it's
Hmm.
like the rest of healthcare. It'll be like, should a baby
Yes. Oh
three?
my goodness. Yes.
It's like, why is this a competitive market? That's a whole other side tangent, but you already know. And
Yes.
like so there's a lot of challenges that clearly come with this, but but I wanted to see, what are some challenges that you've run into with just trying to get more access to menstrual products for the people
Mhm.
that need it, and then what are some rewarding things that you have found in the process?
Mhm. Awesome. So I wouldn't really say like struggles, but just like gaining like our traction in the
Mhm.
community with any organization that is starting. Yes, this is a very like hot and burning topic and something that is readily, it's needed, but it's like you still have to like gain trust from the people that you are wanting to support and the communities that you want to be in. So just like making those connections in the beginning, and again, just like gaining the trust of the people that, we really are here to help you. And we want other people to like join in with us. So like just gaining the support in the beginning was a little bit of like, on the slower end, but with any organization or any business or anything, you kind of just have to continue to grow.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably like one of the main struggles. Something rewarding. Oh, I feel like we have a lot of rewarding things. So
Oh,
we
good.
like, yeah. So we have like a lot of people who advocate for us, like for our organization. It's some people who like email us or reach out to us who are like, wait, how did you hear about us? Like,
Mm, mm,
so for example, I'll give two examples, but one example, we actually just, and I wouldn't even have thought of like us being a part of it, but it's an organization. It's called Charm City Cross. Ooh, I want to say that's the name. Sorry if I'm butchering it, but Charm City Cross, and they are an all women's cycling team. And so it's like from all ages, from like little girls to, older women, like in their 60s and 70s who are, in these cycling races. And anyways, they invited us to be a part of their larger race that just occurred in October at one of the parks here. And so we were able to just like set up shop and just be able to have a woman's presence in a very male dominated how do I say, competitive industry that cycling
mm.
is.
Yeah.
And so that's rewarding just to be able to, have that exposure and just to educate, like, some of the guys, even though they did, they do know what a period is, but just to be able to educate them a little bit more on it.
Mm.
That was awesome. And then also just gaining traction within like the city public schools here. So recently we just did a few of our educational sessions. Which is more what we're trying to like move into, because you'd be surprised, not a lot of people, which I can say I really didn't have like the proper like introduction or the proper education behind their periods,
Mm.
even to like down to like, okay, what do I use and like how do I use it. So we've been focused on education, and now we're getting ready to go into one of the rec centers that is out here, and be able to do programming every week or bi-weekly with some of the students. So just gaining traction within the school systems, and just gaining the trust of parents in the community, which again, they have shared our information, shared our organization by word of mouth. So yeah. we're happy and we're glad that we're able to help parents
Yeah.
and help the students have those conversations with with their guardians, with their friends, with people that they trust. So yeah, we're
Wow.
excited.
It's like accessibility, education.
Hey, we're
It's on
trying.
all fronts. Oh, I love
We're
it.
trying. Thank you.
Super cool. How do us as listeners
Mhm.
who've just all heard all this great information about the DOT project, and we love the mission. We want to how do we support? What's the best way to support you? Um, tell us what to do.
Yeah. So our main, I guess, source of like that we use for social media is Instagram. So our Instagram is the THE_dot project project. So the underscore dot project. And when you go to our social media in our bio, it's our link tree that you can click on. And it gives, again, like you said, we had an interview with Alice with the Jubilee products. So interviews that we have done, you can check out. Also, playlists. We like to jam out a little bit here at the Dot Project. So we want you to jam with us. So we have a few playlists that you can check out. And then also just ways for you to donate. So monetarily, and then also we have Amazon and Target wish lists. And the products are sent directly to us. So you're able to donate in ways. And then also, I mean, honestly, the best way that we would want you to support us is to be able to support your community. So if that's you going out and providing products for those people that you know who need it, I don't know, or just spreading the word just about, the importance of period education. And then just like loving on your body while your body is in that process of your period. That's probably the best ways that you can support us, just to be able to show love to others. So.
I love it.
Yes,
So
thank you.
heartfelt. I was gonna say, ask if you had any final thoughts, but I mean, we just landed on like
we do.
Yeah, like
Was
really just dropped it on there. That was I love it.
yes, thank you.
We'll link all your social media in the description. So
Okay.
sort of an off show note, if you could, I just
Okay.
want to make, I should have it because that's how I found you.
Okay.
But just to be safe, if you want to send me the links, and then so that I can have that and then just put it directly in the description.
Okay.
For whatever reason, it's the same
Oh,
one.
I do have another way that people can support. Sorry.
Yes,
I just
please.
thought about it. So we're
yes.
if you are a Baltimore listener, we love for businesses to host like donation boxes in their businesses for us at like for a period of time or for a long period of time, just so that we can, encourage our guests to come to your business to be able to drop products off and to, shop and love on your business while they're like loving on us at the same time. And then also, if you are like a neighborhood, I don't know, organizer or anything, we're looking for more locations to place our period pantries. So yeah, if you are in the Baltimore area, let us know.
And that was Makaela. Isn't she darling? She's so cute. But yeah, if you want to support the Dot Project, all of the information to their socials and their she was talking about the link tree in their bio. All that information is below, so you can help the Dot Project with their amazing efforts to combat the things that make struggling with period poverty very difficult, and help them get more access to menstrual products. I don't know why that took me such a long time to say, but I did it. We think in short, we think she's really wonderful, and the work that she's doing to deal with period poverty in Baltimore is commendable, and we should all support her. So check out the information for that in the description of this episode below. The episode's sponsor is also available in the description below, so you should check them out. But yeah, what did we learn today? Well, we learned that privilege is something that can be used for good. We both had talked about that It is a privilege to grow up in a home in which there is never a struggle as to where your next period products are going to come from, where your next food's going to come from. People who don't struggle with the insecurity. And there's something to people who are able to use that platform to help those that don't have it. So my my thought is we could all be a little bit more like Makaela, a little more bold, a little more brave, and a little more just like fierce in our activism, and we can do something really positive in the world and help those that are experiencing period homelessness. So yeah, what a cool lady. But hey, you know, we got to take things a day at a time. COVID is still a pretty stressful time, but I hope that you had fun here, and I hope that you are not stressed here, and I hope that you enjoy the stories and the interviews that we have, because I really enjoy doing it, and I really enjoy your company. So if you want to inquire more about just the show or our guests or anything, email us at tampontalkwithmary@gmail.com. Shout us out on your socials. We are Tampon Talk W Mary on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. We are Tampon Talk with Mary on there. But yeah, hang in there. You're going to be okay. You just got this little trut, and then the rest is smooth sailing. I know it. And I'm here to support you, and we're all here together, and we're coasting. But I love you. Stay strong. Keep going. Keep fighting. And we will see you next time on Tampon Talk with Mary. Bye.